Okay. That's for the benefit of the people who haven't turned up, I should say. Okay, so Simon Chan was on the team call yesterday, and he has something, he works with a podcast called MLM Nation, and he's, I know, 7-figure income earner, so very, very well paid for what he does. He's an expert in social media. And he was saying about why people move forward. And what was interesting, that it was Javier, Javier de Col Miguel, I've forgotten his name, Miguel de Col, the guy who's a Royal Crown rather. And he's been working with him since lockdown. And he said since that time, he's actually tripled his whole sales. So he's been able to triple it using this system that he's created. And it's about consistency. And so the first thing on the event, if you like, is consistency. You have to be consistent, because if you're not consistent, then you're not able to measure it. So that consistency, so it's not just doing it kind of an hour a day, or if you're going to do it an hour a day, make sure you do it every hour on the, kind of 1 hour a day, every day. So that's being consistent. But if you're doing 1 hour today and then not an hour until next week, then that's the inconsistency, and that becomes a problem because you're constantly having to play catch up. So, but having that consistency goes throughout. Now, one of my things is I'm very consistent about how I start my day. So I'm checking the back office, I'm checking the numbers. So I know every single morning exactly how much I've got to do to get to the next level. And you know that as we start each month, we start at 0. So we have to go through all those, kind of qualifications for each of the levels. And I have to do exactly the same. So I'm no different to anyone else. But it's then that consistency that you actually become very aware of what's gone on last month and how you're panning out this month. So last month we had a double ECB, we had a 200% ECB qualification campaign. And it's been interesting because what I achieved last month on the same day, I'm only probably about 150 credits away from where I was. So that in itself it means that things are moving in the right direction. And that's where you start to see the growth. So if you can see that growth happening, hi Kelly, nice to see you. I'm just saying, I have recorded this. I know there's a lot of background noise, but I'm in a hotel, so I'm sorry. And they're all having lunch at the moment, so my apologies. So I was just saying about consistency. It's about being consistent with whatever you do to ensure that you get the right results. And that consistency becomes habit, and that habit then is part of your business. Step 2 was creating and scheduling time. Nothing happens by, and I know you were on the call yesterday, Kelly, and it was very good, wasn't it? You need to create and schedule the time that you have available, because again, nothing happens if you just like muddle along. And so it's allocating that certain amount of time. So if it's allocating 2 hours per day or an hour a day, you need to have that, but you need to also make sure that the time that you've scheduled, that time that you've created, you need to schedule it and actually work consistency through that hour to get the right results as well. Number 3 on that list was determining the strategy. What are you trying to achieve? Because if you're not aware of what you're planning on achieving, so whether it's reaching the net level, how much have you got to get to the next level? What qualification do you need? How many credits do you need to get to that next level? And that, again, in the early days, doesn't seem that it's important, but it is. It's really important. Because by doing that, then you're able to mark you're able to measure yourself that much more. And hi, Tomas, and also Angus. I have hi there. I have recorded this, so you'll have to catch the recording afterwards because I can't really go back again to the beginning. It's determining the strategy, as I say. So, whatever position or whatever level you want to achieve, then you need to work out how many credits do I need for that position? How many ultimates is that? How many advanced is that? How many basics is that? So all those things will take into consideration. Are there any promotions on this month? If there are no promotions on, or which is very unlikely because we always have some promotions. So we've got the last day today of the customer promotion where they get a free Xynogene for each customer subscription. So if you've got customers in the loop, make sure you get back to them because they're going to get, for every subscription, they're going to get a Xynogene. So, which is worth £39, I think it is, or whatever that is in euros, I'm not sure, 40, 42 or something like that. So again, work out what you've got to do, what you've got to get to that next level, where you are now. So that's why I check every morning. That's the first thing I do. I go into my back office and I check my numbers, where I am, how much further it is to go to the next level. So at the moment, this morning, I checked this morning and I'm, I think it was 403 away from going platinum. So, when it's only the 13th of the month, that's actually quite good. I'm quite pleased with that. And we're not on a double ECB. So that makes a big difference because then that's going to reflect on your income as well. Number 4 was choosing your environment. This is not the best environment for doing business at this precise moment in time. I'm sitting in a hotel when in a foyer. They've all broken for lunch and I'm sitting at a table and it's a bit noisy, as you can hear. So choosing your environment's important. Close yourself off from where you need to be. Shut all the distractions that are out. And one of the things that if you were on the 90-day run calls on Monday, which was Justin Prince, he said almost identical to what Simon Chan said. It's about putting your distractions. Now, I know we all work from our mobile phones now, so it's but it's not getting distracted by social media, by emails, by pings. So I turn all my pings off on my phone. So all my WhatsApp, no pings. So I've got all the notifications muted, just purely because those are all distractions. So if you're going to use your phone to call people, then you need to know that you're not going to be distracted or interrupted by someone pinging or ringing you. So I just decline every call that comes in until I've finished doing what I need to do. And writing down, and one of the things that both of them said, both Justin and Simon, would have a notebook handy. If you don't have a notebook, then you are not going to be able to evaluate how you've done, what you're doing. You need to drop down notes, like, so here I am, Kelly's right in the middle of my screen. So Kelly, I'm using you. So, Kelly's on the call and she's really interested in the products, but she's allergic to fish. So I put in there big letters, vegan. So vegan oil. So we need to talk to her about that. And it's then going back to that and actually saying, so can I get this right? Can I just confirm you're a vegan or you're allergic to fish? So the vegan option would be the one for you. Is that what you'd like to do? And most people will turn back and go, yeah, that is what I'd like to do. Yeah, I'd be interested in that. Should we go ahead and do that? So getting that then commitment from people that they're able then to, if there's no more questions, you're handling all the objections while you're there because you've got notes, you know exactly what's being said. And I'm constantly jotting notes down. Tomas, I'm just going to mute you out because you're a bit noisy. You're making lunch, no doubt. But making me hungry now again, you see. So the making those notes are so important to be able to reflect back on it. Oh, thanks for showing me your lunch then. Thank you. Very kind of you. That's even worse, isn't it? That's even worse. So, and then going back and tracking. Number 5 was tracking, and tracking again. It's exactly what we've said. Having a note. If you can't track it, you can't measure it. If you can't track it, you can't measure it, and that's why it's so important. How many calls have you done in that hour? How many people have you spoken to? How many no-shows, or how many ringbacks have you got to do? All those become part and parcel of your success or your failure. And so you need to be able to measure those. And if you're, as I say, if you're not taking the measurement, then you're not able to track it. You're not able to track it at all. Number 6 was consistency toolbox. I love this one. Your calendar and your timer. Now, my calendar, I'm going to show you my screen because, hang on a minute. I have no idea what's on my screen at this moment, but let me just go back to my calendar. So this is my, oh, hang on a minute, wrong one. Is that mine, or is that the Cinzino one? Hang on a minute, let me just check it. So let me go back. So as you can see, this is this week. It's busy. So that's, yeah, it's busy. So that's why it's important to have your calendar that you can schedule it. So if you're not scheduling, and, you know, I mean, a lot of people have been saying, you know, can you do me a call at this time? Actually, no, I can't. You know, you've all got access, or you should all have access to my calendar. I've shared it with you, so you can see what times I'm available. Everything in the blue are my personal appointments. Everything in the yellow are like team appointments and things like that, or things that will, you know, interest the team. So, but then anything in blue, and then you can see some of the other ones that are around. So they're all in there. But these are all my appointments. So what started off as a quiet week has now become quite busy. I've got another one at 2, another one at 3, then I'm driving. Then I've got business presentation tonight, and then another call at 8. So it's, yeah, it's pretty full on. So making use of my time is important if you're going to use us as like third party. But also you need to, instead of just like firing and saying, can you do this at this time, have a look at my diary, check my diary. You should have access to it. So if you haven't, let me know by text and I will add you. But I think I've added everyone in the group. So you should have access to that. So please let me know. So if you see a blank space and you say Friday at what time's that? 2 o'clock. I can do that. That's no problem. So make use of my time, and making use of a third party is so important because it doesn't reflect on you. It doesn't reflect on you at all. So your friend or your colleague might be saying no to me, but they're not saying no to you. Whereas people who tend to kind of take it personally, if you're doing it one-to-one, it means that, you know, oh, I'm a bit depressed about that because she said no to me. But she's not saying no to you. She's actually saying no to me. So it makes no difference. And I don't mind either way. I'd obviously like a positive result, but having a positive result is one way of doing things, but it's making sure that we get the right result at the end of the day. Hi, Liz, nice to see you. I have recorded this, so you'll be able to watch the replay of it. So tracking tracking what you're doing, measuring what you're doing is important. And that consistency toolbox, calendar, which I just mentioned, and also a timer, so that you know that if you said you're going to make an hour's worth of calls or 2 hours worth of calls, that you do them consistently. So you pick up the phone. Doesn't sound so horrendous. And then when you see the timer count down, you'll actually realize just how little time is utilized. Bear with me a minute. Accountability is number 7. And accountability is possibly the most important thing, because you need to be accountable to someone And it doesn't have to be me, it doesn't have to be Nigel, it's someone who you feel will hold you accountable properly. And, you know, I do accountability calls with a number of you, but also the thing that we must avoid is just to be having a general chit chat, because just the general chit chat becomes, it's very nice, hi, how are you? But we then need to get down to the crux of the matter, as i.e., yes, what's going on? What have you got planned this week? How many customers have you got planned for? How many partners are you planning for, etc. So just being consistent about that and making sure that you are doing what it should be, rather than just like catching up and chin wagging for half an hour. And yes, Ruth, we have done that on a number of times, as you know. So we have to kick ourselves up the backside and make it more businesslike. So again, it's doing that. So if you're not holding someone else accountable, then yes, use one of us to do that. I've lost, oh no, Romana's here. I thought she'd gone. But so I've lost someone somewhere, don't know where. Hi, Romana, she disappeared. And that really was the whole essence of his hour-long speech. But it was really inspiring, I thought. And also he actually has a really good book, which is, I mean, if you've got the digital book, it's $9.99. So it wasn't expensive. And let me put it in the chat, the thing, so you can download it if you've got not an iPad or a Kindle or something like that. So it was consistency pill.com, and there is a special offer, which was, I think it was for 99 cents, so everyone can afford it. Bear with me a minute, let me just forgot this bit. www. Okay, I've just put that in the chat, so if you copy that on the chat, and then you should be able to sign up for that if you wish to do so. But it goes into more depth on that. It gives you a complete book, and it also gives you a workbook as well, which I thought was quite powerful too. So, but again, it is about picking yourself up, kicking yourself up the backside, and getting on with it. And the more people we speak to, the more people we connect with, the better business that we're going to have. And it's taking advantage of every opportunity possible. So this isn't going to be a long one. So if anyone's, you can all unmute if you want now. And if you've got any questions, then we can open that up for questions.
Sue, I mean, where do you find the backup video which you're doing on this?
I'm going to send it to you when it's finished recording. It's still recording at the moment.
Yeah, okay.
So I will send it in the chat. I'll send the link in the chat.
Great.
All right, on the WhatsApp. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Any questions from anyone? Oh, blimey, we're all good, aren't you?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Okay, so see you at Crown this end of the month, yeah?
No worries.
Yeah. So, but it is, how are you all doing this month anyway? So we're halfway through the month now. Nearly halfway through the month. Are you connecting with people?
Yes.
Yes, good. Yes.
I really liked the talk yesterday. It was very good. So I've got the Audible version, and it's so far it's really great.
Oh, I've not downloaded mine yet, so I'm planning on doing that today. I had grandchild with me yesterday, so it was a bit awkward. But so she was listening to Barbie or something while I was listening to the call, so it was like slightly distracted. So I'm going to have to re-listen to it. Yeah. But how are you getting on, Liz?
Sort of okay. I have no problem meeting people. So I was late getting back today. I meet people. I can't. I'm struggling getting them to the second step.
Okay. Is that because you're doing it by yourself, or you're not involving anyone else?
Well, I have involved Nigel on my one.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't get hold of Darren, and what I realised was I was putting all my efforts thinking, yeah, I've got Darren now. That's it. That's working. And then I sort of had personal things going on in the family, which took priority.
Okay.
And
you can't rely on one person, though. You can't rely on one.
No,
person.
I'm absolutely. That's what I said. It was a good reminder of me doing networking before. You think that someone is going to be absolutely superb, and they turn out not to meet your dreams.
Yeah, you have to keep pouring people into that funnel.
Yeah, I don't have a problem dealing with that. I don't feel rejected, and when I can find him with his phone on his yacht, I'll have another go at him.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I just can't get hold of him to tell him, goodness sake, sign up and give me your people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Angus, I'm really pleased with Angus. Angus is doing a lot better than I thought. Really well. He's really working, making the calls. So I'm.
Good chat. Well done, Angus.
Yeah, he's doing better than I am, actually. Yeah.
Well, that's good, but that's consistency. So he's been,
He's
sat at that desk and he's been doing it consistently, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done, well done. And I know that we've got our call with Paul Clayton on Friday.
Whose video is that on? Who's on yours?
Mine.
Yours, okay.
Yeah,
and what I say, we did actually try to get on last night, and we kept waiting to be put in, and nothing happened. So we gave up after about 25 minutes.
Okay, well, you'll be able to go into the One Mondo Global and you'll be able to catch it on there.
Right. Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
I think it was either recorded or live feed. I'm not sure which it was live feed or recorded. I'm not sure.
No, I didn't want you to think that we weren't on.
No.
We were.
The traditional curse of the Alwick computer ghost.
Yeah, we do struggle with not just everybody that comes, even Bibi when she comes with her phone, she can't cope with it. So we did try.
Okay.
What is the Paul Clayton on Friday?
Paul Clayton's doing a call with a practitioner, which is with Angus, who wanted to ask some specific questions about how the balance oil functions with some specific things.
Very techie.
Sorry?
She's very techie, this woman. She knows a lot about it.
Would it be possible to sit in on that or not?
Not really, no.
Oh, okay.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it would be fine. They're both practitioners. I would think it would be fine. It wouldn't be an issue as far as I'm concerned, but.
No, I would think it'd be all right.
Yeah, are you sure? Because she's very. Oh, okay.
No, I mean, we're just going to sit in the background, aren't we, Kelly?
Yeah, no, I won't say anything.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I'm just really interested, Angus, to hear what our questions are, because I think it would be informative.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, well, I'll obviously send you the link for that. That's at 5 o'clock on Friday. So you've got my link, you know my link. So I can add you into that if you'd like.
Thank you. That would be very great.
Yeah.
I'll explain to her as well in advance.
Yeah. So if you should have you've got my link anyway. Bear with me a second. Let me just 17. Right, where are Paul Clayton adding? Okay, edit. Bear with me, and I'll just put you in. Okay. Kelly Johnson. Okay. Right, you should have that now. I've just sent it to you.
Great.
And what I was saying is that I'm going to do another one for Sarita and Dinah, because they've got real specific, and probably Kelly might be interesting for you too, and just purely because the Dinah has got a child with kind of quite severe issues that I can't answer, and so there's lots of questions, but they've got quite a few people within their group who have got autistic, ADHD, and people like that. So it's trying to address those issues as well. So I'm sure that might be an interesting. So I'm going to try and firm that up for him as well, on that call probably as well. So then we can actually book that, and try and get that sorted. But he's very, kind of giving with his time, which is great. And the information is invaluable, and I will record it. It won't be allowed to be shared willy-nilly, but it can be shared by email with people who you feel that would be, kind of beneficial for them. But so, Tomas, how are you getting on? Are you still eating your lunch? He's done a runner.
Yeah.
He's done a runner.
Fallen in the soup.
Yeah, he's fallen in the soup. Yeah. So, Angus, how have you been getting on with your calls then? You've been doing quite a lot then.
I've been combing through the list of nutritionists and getting in touch with. I've got a few follow-ups, and it's slower than I thought. Give them video, get them signed up, but then they don't. No, well, I can't do it this week, and maybe next week, and
remember, you've walked into their life. You're the difference.
Well, I thought that's what would make it interesting for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is quite. I had a call with a practitioner today, a dietitian. So she's coming to the meeting in London next week. So if they're in the London area, invite them to the meeting in next Wednesday. Which is at the Marriott where I'm at now. But it's and then. But yeah, so then there'll be plenty of people here to look after them if needed. If you're not around.
I will. What day is that?
Wednesday the 22nd. We've just put the link in the chat earlier today.
All right.
So that's that's good. Any other questions? Nope. Cool. Liz, any other questions? No. Cool.
No, we're all right.
Are you in Aldwick at the moment, or are you in?
I'm in Aldwick.
We're both in Aldwick.
Oh my world!
Yeah. We're together for a few days.
Ships like meet in the night.
Well, it's because it's his birthday on Friday, and then he's going back down to Cornwall.
All right. So that's your birthday treat. Is it going back to Cornwall?
My birthday treat is a Zoom with Paul Clayton, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. Happy birthday, yeah. Happy birthday. Excellent. Okay, well, listen, I'm going to stop recording now, and it's